What's going on, y'all? Austin here. Some of you know me as Gears of Glory. I'm here today working on my 2020 Ram. It's a 3500 high output with the ISM transmission. So far I've put AEV 3-inch lift on it with their high mark fender flares, 20x10 XD wheels on some 40x15.5 Yokohama Geolander MXTs. No, XMT. XMT. Anyway, moral of the story. Today we're changing out the notoriously failing CP4. We'll be putting a SNS 10mm stroker CP3 in it. Come back with me and show you. This is the extravaganza for today. SNS has a conversion kit for the 2019 and 2020 Rams that allows you to ditch your CP4 and put some reliable power to it. I don't know why they went from something that was great to something that was bad. Now they're back to something that's great in the 2021 models, I guess. But I have a fast 250 that'll be pushing plenty of the fuel that this thing needs to it. Instead of dropping the whole tank and fiddling with the pump and all that stuff and adding these lines just for half-inch lines and the suction tube, I got Beans Diesel sump kit. So I'm going to be drilling a hole in my brand new 50-gallon tank, which is fine with me because I'd rather do that than this. I want this to be able to monitor what I'm doing, what's going on. So since you have to take the intake horn off to do the CP3 swap, I don't know if you have to, but I'm gonna because it's in the way. I chose Banks Monster Ram because they send a injector line to compensate for the size of the actual intake horn, which is massive. But also, since I'm, losing pressure on my fuel system anyway by doing the CP3 swap, it would be cool to do that injector line as well. So basically the goal of this is to give somebody a perspective of what it's going to be like to throw a CP3 swap on their truck. Whether they get it from SNS or industrial injection, I think makes another kit. You're probably going to have to do it. I don't know. Thing is I'm out of warranty on my truck, so I don't want it to fail. I would like to buy injectors at my expense. So anyway, it'll be a couple-day process just so you guys can come with me on it. It takes a lot longer to do something while you're filming it. But I'm going to show you how I hook up the fast system and where I locate it. I'm going to go through the process of all this. I'll hook up my GoPro somewhere and basically just give you the rundown. Alright, y'all. First order of business, I'm going to take this intake horn off. I'm actually probably going to take the whole old fuel filter assembly off down there and everything just to clean it all up. Just since I'm here, I was planning on getting some 100 over injectors, but then I want to do something with the turbo, and I got turbo stuff, and this truck has only got 8,000 miles on it, and I need to take it slow. I need to take it slow so I can work on my race truck. Since this is a daily driver, that's my race truck. Can't zoom in, but that's the race truck now, which is cool. Anyway, I'm going to get taking some of this stuff off. Well, this thing is quite the contraption. You can see compared to the banks what size difference, and so it flows. This one isn't, this is the 3.5. Sorry, getting all dizzy. This is the 3.5 banks, 3.5 inch, but it flows 900 and some CFM. This flows like 430, so this is twice as much plus some CFM. Not like I got all the power in the world, but I need to change some sensors over. Look how filthy that thing is already. Gee whiz. It's only got 8,000 miles on it. Nasty, but all right. So I'm taking the old fuel filter off. Way back in here. That it's kind of fun. Very tight. It's not as loose as my second gen for sure, but we're getting it there. I'll tell you that. Alright, so I'm an idiot. I guess I didn't make a mistake, but I guess I didn't do my research. But in order to get that line, you gotta take this high pressure line off. It goes way back there. And they say in order to get it off, even SMS says in order to get off, there's 19 millimeter line socket required. So I don't have one of those. I don't. So I'm gonna have to go get one. But luckily I can do some other stuff. So what I'm going to do is, usually a fast has your, where is it? Yeah, usually your fast is either mounted up here or, yeah, I think it's right here up there usually. But what I'm gonna do, sorry if y'all are getting dizzy, you see this hatch right here, this little service hatch? I'm going to put my fast up there. It's going, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a bracket. I'm gonna weld a bracket that's gonna basically be an A-frame arc that holds the fast system right here, and then I'll be able to use this, remove this pan to service the filters, and nobody's gonna know. Nobody's ever gonna know. So first I need to put this beans sump kit in, and you can hear that tank is empty. I drove it yesterday and about ran out of fuel on the way home, so this will be fun. I don't know, I feel like there's things going on right there, so I might go to this one. This one's equally as low, but the thing that I don't like about it is it's just the lowest spot in the middle of the truck. I know they're pretty stout, but we'll see. Alright, so the fast comes with a, looks like 3/4, shoot, it might even be 5/8. It might be 5/8. Kit to make it to where your feed line to the pump is 3/4. Well, the beans sump is 1/2 inch, so I gotta go get a fitting tomorrow. Just an FYI, if you want to do both of these things, Fast has their, they send everything to do it the way they do it specifically. So just make sure you have another fitting, or get a fitting for this that's 5/8 or 3/4, but I'm not gonna do that, so we'll see. I will not be cutting a hole in the pan right now. I'll be doing that probably tomorrow, just because I want to know exactly where I'm gonna be shooting these lines at, and I'm not gonna know that until I throw the Fast in, and I just want to do things one time. So So far, I got a couple things off. I'm gonna leave the CP4 in tonight just so I don't have to worry about a hole being in there. And I can't get this line out until I get that socket. So, anyway, I'm gonna go eat some food. The wind's picking up. It's getting a little chilly. So, anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. What's going on, y'all? Day 2 here. I went to town. Well, I live in a small town. I went to a little bigger town to try and get an injector line socket. So basically, I thought I could be Mr. Tough Guy and get that injector line back there without this tool, but it's pretty hard. I can't get my wrench back there. So what it is, if you're not familiar, kind of looks like that. It is just in the silliest spot way back there that I can't get a wrench on. So I don't want to have to order one. That's gonna be a couple days out. I need to get this truck on the road tomorrow or whenever I get retuned, so I'm just gonna go make one. I got a bunch of old wrenches and a welder, and yeah, so make one of those real quick. I probably won't. Just took an old Craftsman 19mm wrench and took the torch tour bender to the, kind of put a couple bends in it, of course at 90, and then another one here, trying to match the shape of the one online. And then I'm just gonna cut a slit in that with the grinder real quick, cut this off, weld a 3/8 to a half adapter on it, just so I can have something to throw my 3/8 wrench into, and there you go. You can tell I weld, can't you? Anyway, let's get to welding. Sitting here playing in the dark, and I totally forgot I installed lights in here a long time ago when I was here. I even installed a perfect place to pull engines from. So this is kind of where I grew up, but I need to build a shop, but I'm building the house first. How stupid. When you're a car guy, shop first, but wife and family, I guess, too. So anyway, I hooked up the old Miller Multimatic 215. She's a pretty cool little machine. She does MIG, TIG, and stick. Unfortunately, she does not do AC, which, you know, the Lincoln does, but whatever. So it's a great little machine. I'm going to get a couple things welded up here, cut up first, and then weld it up. Alright, y'all, here she is. Ain't pretty, but I don't care. Took me 20 minutes. I don't know if you can see that, but she fits back there. Right there. And, I don't mean to make anybody sick. Sorry, but let me try and get this down there to show you how big of a pain that is. I guess I can't even see that down there. But, anyway. I'm gonna try and take that off and see how she goes. Oh, look at there. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? That's pretty cool. Anybody can do that. If you got a welder and a wrench, I mean, you can just be smart and make sure you have the tool before before you do it. But you know, now I don't have to wait, so now I can hopefully finish this thing today. We'll see how it goes. So S&S sends you a little cap that on that back, for this back line that you take off, that one that I just took off, that was kind of a pain in the butt. You got to put this cap back on that, make sure that one's plugged up, and then this other one right here with this little rubber cap on it, just keep stuff out of it, is the one that will be from the CP3 supply. So let's put that on, and then at least hit the ground. All right, so you gotta unplug the harness from the ECM. We're gonna move that anyway, but now you should be ready to take the CP4 off. I'm sorry, CP4. 3 bolts, 3 13mm bolts, and this thing should come right off. Go right in the trash where it belongs. Or alright, y'all. There she is. What?
Wait, what?
What? Trying to get the ball out of the snow. Alright, well, here she is. I ain't gonna take it apart. I ain't gonna do any of that silly stuff to see what's up with it. None of that. I'll probably see if I can send it to somebody for a core or something. I don't know. But now, we'll move the ECM, and then, sorry if things are blurry. Diesel fuel all over my fingers does not go good on the lens of a camera. Anyway, we just disconnected the ECM from the bracket. You gotta pull these 3 studs. So when you take the CP4 off, it's 3 nuts. So now I have to take those 3 studs off, and then the CP3 kit comes with new bolts. But anyway, I got these Nipex by I think it's Matco. Yeah, Matco. Little guy, but man, these things will grab anything, literally. I guess we don't reuse these studs, so I don't care if I screw them up. So I'm just gonna rip these things out real quick. All right, ECM's out. There's 3 10mm and a 15, and then the bracket will come out, and then we switch out a couple bushings in the bracket to the other bracket, put the other bracket in, and then start putting things together. So main difference is just this, basically just pushing it off the block just as much as you need it to in order to clear the CP3, I guess. We'll see. Alright, just an FYI, the bottom 2 bolts now to put the ECM on the bracket, you're gonna have to put those on from the bottom, because there's no way your hands are gonna get in from the top. But luckily, from the bottom, it's pretty easy. It's right there, I think. Somewhere right there, I believe. One thing I can say that's bad about the S&S kit is they don't supply thread locker. So now I gotta go to my garage and get my own. Life is rough. Well, hey, good looking. It's going. Just got this little bracket on, and then I think I'm ready to put the CP3 on now. I just got to switch over the O-rings and then bolt this bad boy in. Boom. Oh. Alright, so when you take off the wiring harness and you move it, this is going to be what's holding it on. I don't know if you guys can see it. But this bolt that holds it to the block, the insert where the bolt goes, is keeping us from going in. This is hitting the CP3. And on the instructions it says you may or may not have to grind this off. Well, I do. So, what I got here is a little, oh man, you can call these things, just depends on wherever you're from. It's just a little electric end mill or a little die grinder, whatever you want to call it, whatever your name is for it. But I got a little carbide bit on it. I'm gonna cover up the hole right there with some Gorilla Tape, and I'm gonna grind that thing down just a little bit, I guess. I'm actually an idiot and tried putting the CP3 in before, and I was like, why is this hitting? And then I read the instructions, and hey, so, you know, listen to your wives, guys. Read the instructions sometimes. Alright, got that ground down, got the CP3 in. Fairly simple, really simple. Just if you have everything in line before you start doing things, it's a lot easier. But you know, the Banks Monster, Ram Air, whatever. The reason it can be so big, I guess, is because they send you this injector line, which compensates for how big it is. So you take the first injector line off, and this sits right there, right? Well, 2019 and 2018 models, as you can see, the flare on these is a lot different on the 2018 2019 models. So I'm going to have a fuel line made. I think there's a lot of controversy online. I know a lot of forums of guys putting these intakes on 5th gen. I know Banks is making a 5th gen one, but it's got like a plate for the GR garbage. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know why it's taken Banks 2 years to develop an intake horn for 5th gen models, but whatever. Hey, I'm do it my own way. So anyway, I'm kind of at a holding point right now until I get a couple more things tomorrow. But as far as that, I'm probably gonna call it a day. Go grab some food and enjoy my family. So have I was about to end this video, but I'll see you in like 2 seconds. Bye. Good morning. Day 3 here. I've been having some complications with the Banks Monster Ram. I bought it for a 2018 truck. It fits, everything fits. The only thing that doesn't work is the injector line. The 2018 and 2019 model trucks, injector line flare is different. This is the 2018 model. 2019 model. Why Ram would change that on us? You know why. Anyway, I'm gonna throw the stock intake horn on it, just until I find a fuel line, which I will. I'm gonna make this work. It is going to happen. Mark my words. I think it'd be cool if I could get a bunch of them made. So anybody else who want to do it, could buy one too. I don't know. Maybe Banks will just get on the ball and get it done. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna do that, throw some stuff, I'm gonna throw the fast in, I'm gonna do all the bracketry for throwing it in right here, and then gonna put my sump in, and then hopefully have this thing fired today. Well, that's if my tunes come in the mail, so let's see how she goes. Alright, hard lines in, nice and tight. Just gotta really just get my fast system rolled up in here, get my fuel line hooked up, and then I'll throw my intake cord on. This thing is a pain in the butt. I I don't know how fast it's still getting away with this. Sinister should totally be on their butt about how blue this is. Just kidding. Alright, I hope this isn't too close, but basically this hole, that fast fit right in there. I was mind blown. It literally just finagled right in there. So I'm gonna pull this pan off first real quick, and then I'm gonna drop this and then go make a bracket to hold that fast. Put it in, set it up, bolt this bad boy back in. Easy money. Gonna weld something here and all right, change of plans. Instead of welding on this and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, I'm just gonna use their brackets, and I just use that nuts there. So I try to use that stud. Doesn't come out far enough to our left. It doesn't come out here far enough for this to be in the center, but I'm going to change that. What I'm gonna do, instead of welding anything, is I'm just gonna drill 2 holes right there and have 2 bigger bolts, probably 5/8, come up through there and hold this, and then I'll be able to use all the rubber grommets and everything. All right, these are the bolts I'm using. I got a bunch of them. They are 1/2 inch by, no, I think they're 5/8 by 2 inch, maybe 1.75 inch, grade 8. So I'll just put a decent amount of Loctite on it, and I mean Loctite period, and then those will work. Gonna drill some holes right there for them real quick, and then I'm gonna mount this bracket, and then we'll see how mounting everything else works out. All right, 2 holes basically. And come up here with this like that. I have a little bit of slack in it still both ways. And then that bracket allows me to go this way. So honestly, jeez, no welding included, boys. How awesome is that? All right, that worked out 1,000 times better than I thought it was gonna. How cool is that? There she is. She's got a finger's width in between the floor of the truck and the top of the fast. And I got everything shortened up, all the wiring run and everything. So everything from the engine back, wiring, and fuel lines is good. So I'm going to... Alright, that is taking forever. Proof that I don't use red dye. I'm just kidding. So this is really cool. I wish this was like this on my 2nd gen, but maybe I should just get one of these. But it's just a power bank. It's really cool. It's even got an extra slot, but you just hook up your fast power right there. Ground will go right on your ground guy right there. Boop, this one. And then this just closes like it belongs, and looks good. So I might throw the intake horn on. All right, everything's back in order. Everything's tight. Everything but the negative cable on this guy already. Just going to, I think I can drill this hole now. Hey, it stopped. We are ready. Let's do it. it's the first on a 5th gen, but man, those things are sweet. Very nice. All right. I forgot some fuel line. Not that I forgot it, I just didn't get enough. I don't have my retunes yet, so I can't really do anything. Can't even start the truck, can't do nothing. So what I'm gonna do is probably just wait until morning, throw the last fuel line on. Hopefully have the retunes in the email. And then really we'll just start this thing up, take it for a drive, take it up the road and mash on it, see what it can do. We're gonna go to the park and shred some gnar. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. See you later. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. My father brought me some fuel line, just the amount I needed. Stuff is harder to find than gold, I guess. Well, here, I guess. Anyway, I'm still waiting on my tunes. It's kind of frustrating, but COVID's kind of got everything going crazy. I'll throw these lines on, get all that tucked away, squared away, now that we got the sump in, and go from there. There it is. Everything is ran, whatever you want to call it. All right, I'm gonna hook up the 4-wheeler to the trailer and go get some fuel. So when I first ordered all the stuff from AEV to do the lift and all that stuff, I ordered some steps as well, and I totally forgot I had them up in storage, so I pulled them out, and I'm just gonna throw them on real quick. I know this isn't CP3 related, but we're gonna do it anyway. It came out alright. Not too bad. It's pretty decent, I suppose. Anyway, I'm gonna hook up the batteries. I got a bunch of fuel in it. Alright. Getting everything set up with the auto agent right now. Alright, still no tunes. I need to move this thing because I need to work on my dad's 6-liter. That's probably gonna do it for this video. I will definitely make another video of after I get the tunes and when I'm actually driving down on the street. I gotta work on my dad's 6.0. I'm gonna pull that up right here and do some stuff to it. But yeah, CP3 swap, easy, super easy. The only reason this kind of took me a couple days is because I was videoing and I just needed a couple fittings, and unfortunately I live in a small town. I can't just go down the road and get it, so I have to kind of plan my days. So all in all, it went good, fired right up. I wish I have a front bumper thing that I want to put on it, but I don't know. The more accessories I put on it, the less clean it looks to me, I think. I don't know, but all in all, pretty soon we'll be seeing the banks on when I get my fuel line, which is happening for sure. I'm gonna make it happen. A lot of people say you can't do it, and I'm going to do it. So anyway, everything came out great. This thing is a little noisier than I thought, but that's what you get for 250 liters per minute, gallons per minute. I don't know what they. It's the 250 pump. But anyways, as you can see, this thing needs a bath. My wife was a sweetheart and cleaned the inside of it. Wonderful interiors. What these things are awesome. I mean, at first I didn't like it. It was a lot, but it's pretty cool. I wish you could do a couple other things with it, but all in all, some of you guys are gonna ask about the seat covers. My wife had them made for me. I don't know who, but just go on Google and just type in the truck and just type in Carhartt custom made seat covers, and somebody will do you a fair one right there. Thanks for watching, y'all. I really appreciate it. Hope this helped out somebody who's looking to do this in the future. If you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. Gears of Glory is my I guess is what they say. I don't know. Same as my YouTube name. So whatever you see on my YouTube name, that's my Instagram name. So hit me up. Thanks again for watching. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you again. Bye.